Good morning, my tubies, my Teletubbies. It's Sheila Truelove, and today we are going to be talking about a serious topic here, which is a very sensitive topic. So, of course, I have to choose my words carefully. When it comes to this Black Lives Matter, the reason why I'm speaking about this is because early this morning I had a one of my acquaintances who used to be a part of my women's group, who I absolutely love her, and she knows who she is. She sent me a really interesting um, message this morning, and it was dealing with White Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter exposed. Now, I'm gonna explain this as as simple as I can when it comes to my take on this Black Lives Matter. First of all, we all know that all lives matter. I mean, how much of a fetus are people where they can't understand that? We all understand that all lives matter. But the point that black people or African Americans, whatever term you use, what they are trying to no, when other races, okay, let me break this down. First of all, these two twin people, they whatever, they was talking about all lives matter. What about all the Caucasian people who have been shot down unfairly by the police? And what about other races who have been shot down unfairly also by the police? It's not just happening to black people. Now, what we have to realize, however, is that when other races have experienced, this is what I want you to focus on. When other races have experienced the same degree of racism that black people have for well over 400 years, based merely on their skin tone, then I can understand where people are coming from when they say, well, what about, and yeah, and what about, yeah, what about that? These other races, people that are being shot down, it's not because of their skin tone. It's not because of their race. You know? So it's so easy for people to speak foolishly, especially when you look at their skin tone and look at their eye color, what have you. Um, what people also fail to realize when it comes to Black Lives Matter, it's not merely about, oh, Black Lives Matter. It's about survival for black people. The point that black people are trying to get the whole world to understand is that Black Lives Matter too. That's the two part that people are failing to focus on. All lives matter, but Black Lives Matter too. And that's the point that I'm trying to address here right now. Now, when it comes to all of this rioting and looting and destroying businesses and neighborhoods, that's just stupid. It's just so stupid, and it accomplishes nothing. You know? Now, I don't promote violence because, as you know, I'm a Christian. At the same time, how would Caucasian people feel if for every one of our children or for every one of our people that you kill unfairly, unjustly, black people start killing 12 of yours? For one of our black children, we're going to kill 12 of your Caucasian children. Now, how would the parents feel if that were happening to them? You see, that pretty much would get the message across. Not that I'm promoting that, because I don't believe in that. I believe that we should leave things in God and Jesus Christ's hands. I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking, for one of ours, we're going to take out 12 of yours. Is that strong enough of a message? But just like slavery was uh, really horrible over 400 years ago, you see how when leaving things in God's hand and Jesus Christ's hands, how things have gotten better? Because things have definitely, I know people say, well, it may not be outright racism being shown, but there's still a lot of overt racism. At the same time, let's keep it real. Things have definitely gotten better. For people of color, it has gotten better. But my main objective when it comes to Black Lives Matter, that's just the point that I wanted to bring to your attention. When you're being shot down based on your race and just because of your skin tone, come on, that's ridiculous. Another point I want to address when it comes to, you want to say Black Lives Matter, black men, it angers me when I see black men out there protesting and marching, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives. You make me sick. They need to sit down and shut the hell up. Because the way they treat their own race of women, do black women's lives matter? When these black men are trying to shoot, the police are out there shooting them down. But what about them shooting down their own women, trying to shoot down their own women's self-esteem? What about that, black men? Have these black men ever taken the time to understand that this is why black people stay losing? Instead of black men uplifting, building up, encouraging, motivating, and glorifying their own race of women, they are constantly helping any other race of women to win. I mean, these black men these days, they are working overtime trying to tear down their own race of women's self-esteem. Always making points for the opposite team, constantly. And personally, me, I think, and no one else may have the courage to say this or the backbone to say it, the black men are our weakest link. They really are. We may have maybe a good handful of black men, especially if they're dark skinned, really. We may have a handful of black men that are worth keeping. But truth be told, black men are our link. So when you see them shooting them down and locking them up, do these black men ever take time to think about how they try so hard to shoot down their own race and their own nation of women? And I want to ask black men something else. Tell me something, black men. Tell me something. Tell me, which is worse, racism or colorism? Colorism, okay? Why don't these coconuts, I call them coconuts, why don't they help their own race of women to win? Because when you help your own race, you help your own nation. And when it comes to this colorism, black men will cry like crazy about racism, but who's keeping colorism alive? It damn sure isn't the black woman. And if you think I'm just, talking from the top of my head, think about it when you walk down the street or anywhere. How many times do you see a dark skinned black man with his own skin tone? I mean, let's think about that. You'll see Hispanics with their own skin tone, Caucasians with their own skin tone, Chinese with their own skin tone, but you very, very rarely see a dark-skinned black man with his own skin tone. And that to me is nothing but straight up self-hatred. Now, I am a firm believer, and I know I'm not that much of a fetus to be so stupid that I don't know that love has no color. I know that. But the things that you see out here is not based on love. It's based on what the media, advertisement, marketing, movies and magazines constantly promote. And they promote pale skin, light skin, pale skin, light skin. Now, I'm willing to bet my life. That's right, I'll put my life out there. If they were to promote brown skin, dark skin, black skin for at least 10 years, you would see everybody leaning more towards that direction. At the same time, you see, Sheila True Love has never been weak minded. But you have a lot of these black men, they are so freaking weak minded. So, what I think, parents mostly is supposed to be the fathers because they're supposed to be raising and teaching these children. But unfortunately, like usual, the black woman got to step up to the plate. Here we go again. Anyway, we need to teach and inculcate in our black sons to help their own race of women to win. Make points for your own nation. Because anytime you help your own black woman, you're helping your own nation. Why should any black woman, I'm thinking about this, because when I think about how black people can grow, what they need to focus on is opening up their own businesses. We need to take our young kids and teach them how to run their own business. And hopefully we can help them finance a business of their own interests. Now, to think about it, if our kids are focusing on running their own businesses, we as parents, we don't have to worry so much about where they are, what are they doing, because we know that they are learning responsibility, self-worth, integrity, and financial planning while they're selling their products in their own communities. We need to prepare and empower our communities by giving our money, of course, back to black businesses in all areas. At the same time, I am just, oh no, I will not, I will support any black woman's business with every dollar that I have. But when it comes to me trying to help a black man succeed, I'm sure I'm not the only female who feels this way. No, that's not going to happen. Because the moment we see, they have made it very evident, the moment they start climbing up, the first ones they defecate on is their own race of women. Why should I help him win when all he's going to do is defecate on me? When all he's going to do is try to shoot me down, shoot down his own race. That's ridiculous. So ebony women are afraid because that's all we've done is support and take care of these black men. Let's think about it from day one. Who was it that raised you when you were born, put on this earth where you couldn't do a damn thing for yourself? When you're a baby, you can't do nothing. We fed you, clothed you, took care of you, nursed you. Black women already start out the gate taking care of these black men. And then when they get to a point where they could give back, when they get nice, big, and strong, they want to go take care of some other culture? That's ridiculous. So like I said, yeah. Why in the hell should black women help a black man's business when we know he's going to go to the other team? That's like thinking about Michael Jordan and what is that guy, Kobe, the one that got killed in an airplane, whatever. Anyway, let's just say that we're all on the team, but instead of them making points for their own team, they're sitting over here making all these points for the other team, for the opponent, for the opposite team. Does that make sense to you? They need to uplift, they need to build up, encourage, and glorify their own nation of women. That's all I'm saying. Help your own team. I'm not going to support someone just to have them defecate on me and my race or my nation of women. That would be stupid. And the Bible says, be wise, my child. And that's not smart. But anyway, getting back to the point of Black Lives Matter, yeah, they do. And the point is Black Lives Matter too. And it's not trying to negate anyone else's race. It's just trying to make a point. And before closing, I want black men not to be so hypocritical, sitting up here crying about racism and marching and crying and singing and looting and destroying neighborhoods because you're sitting up here talking about white supremacists and white privilege and all of this nonsense. You are the biggest hypocrites on the planet, black men. Because remember, when it comes to this colorism, how can your own skin tone not turn you on when you love who you are? How can it not? Looking at another person of color with a skin tone similar or close to mine, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful reminder of my strength. It's a reminder of my beauty and my courage. That alone should excite you. I love the way I look. And when I have a partner that is a reflection of me, that only strengthens me. It encourages me. It motivates and excites me to the highest level because I feel and I know I am amazing. That's why I want to look at someone who constantly remind me of that. But if you hate who you are and how you look, of course you want anything or anyone who will not remind you of your own self-hatred. So black men, stop being hypocrites, ripping and running and all of that crap. Get your act together when it comes to this colorism thing. Anyway, this is Sheila True Love. Truly loving you. Don't forget to subscribe and to share by all means. And until my next video, I'll see you on the other side. Bye for now.